This is a Vessay, or video of a written essay, that is available on PLN's SCRIBD page. The link to the written article is available in the YouTube video's description box. For a limited time, there will be weekly semi-serious essays about behavioral technology and what could happen, what has happened, and what is happening. Whether you read the essays or watch the Vessay, hope you get something out of RX's musings on behavioral technology. This week's Vessay is The New Stepford Housewives.
Imagine an advertisement that read,
Ever wanted a trophy wife that did exactly as she was told? Are you one of those guys who are into strong, accomplished females but have an issue with their fierce independence and outspokenness? Since eye candy on your arm is not good enough for you, you can have your cake and eat it too. Brainwash that hard-to-handle woman. You supply the body and we'll do the rest. Get the beautiful, smart, and submissive wife you've always dreamed of. Contact Stepford Wives Unlimited for more details.
what a nightmare. I watched the Stepford Wives movie, the original and the updated version, and wondered if something like that could happen. Could that be possible in real life? The original movie shows a real outspoken housewife somehow being turned into a robotic housewife. The audience was left to wonder what happened to her. If she was a robot, was the real person killed? If she wasn't killed, was she somehow turned into a robot? Let's say the real person was made robotic and therefore more submissive. How can that happen? I have been writing about brainwashing and Dr. Ewan Cameron's depatterning. Since I have been exploring the implications of such a technology, it is no surprise that the mystery of how the Stepford Wives became the Stepford Wives comes to mind. After all, it was a horror movie about the mysterious transformation of perfectly normal, strong-minded women into dependent, docile housewives. In the Eternal Sunshine of the Brainwashed Mind article, I explored how a person could use brainwashing to erase unwanted memories. But what if a spouse could use it to erase unwanted personality traits in his or her spouse? First and foremost, I am not encouraging or promoting brainwashing of any kind. However, now that there is proof that it is possible, I am going through the scary consequences that can arise if society was to ever adopt and advance brainwashing. I am writing these articles more as a warning of what could happen and examining the slippery slope that comes with any possible benefits promoted to get brainwashing accepted by the general public. It wasn't too long ago that all females were expected to play the role of docile housewives. There are still people alive today who remember those days. Historically, females had to fight for equality and independence from males. Females were expected to be as perfect and polite as they can be. I am not knocking all the rules of past society that demanded this. It wasn't all that bad. There was some good in it. There was a lot of public civility in those days, but unfortunately, it was a cover for some cruel and undignified private behavior most of the time. The female submissive role was one of those unfortunate parts of the society and left females at the mercy of males. However, the female of those days is still held in high regards and in many ways still remains the standard for females who choose to get married. For the ones who refuse to look back or return to those days in any way, shape, or form, the males who would like to tame them would use a Stepford wife brainwashing method. In many parts of the world, females still have a submissive role. Even in societies that have accepted independent females, there are still males who would want to roll back the hands of time. Cameron's research would give these types that chance. Cameron's depatterning proved effective in wiping clean the minds of ordinary, well-to-do housewives, leaving a blank slate for their husband or families to fill with whatever they wanted. Luckily, some of the housewives had loving and caring families who liked them the way they were and helped them to regain their original sense of self. I talked about Jane Tsai in the Big Sister Siri article. If any males think that only housewives could get the Stepford treatment, think again. Jane Tsai comes in all shapes, sizes, colors, and income levels. She could be the breadwinner looking for a Stepford husband. A Stepford husband doesn't need to take over the housewife role, but he will be a trophy, someone to look good on her arm and add value to her status in some way. He might be good looking, better educated, make more money even though she's already financially secure, popular, or have a high public position. Jane Tsai likes to be in control, and if she finds a way to control a male who has what she wants, she'll do it. If she's a gold digger, then she will look for a way to get some wealthy guy to get the treatment. This is all assuming that, similar to the movie, the victims will unknowingly undergo the Stepford treatment. Okay, so is the world going to make females more submissive with the Stepford treatment, or is it going to allow both males and females to make their spouse more submissive? I did write out 2 scenarios that allowed both genders to make their spouse a Stepford spouse. So which one is it? Who knows? If you think about how society is today, in countries that already have a submissive female requirement, only husbands could get the Stepford wives. In a place like America, anyone who has the money could do it. So both scenarios are equally possible. Those in America who want to bring back the submissive female and have the money to do it, can do it. However, a wealthy Jane Tsai could also throw her financial weight around and get herself a Stepford husband. They can both live in the same society, even the same town, without infringing on each other's bizarre psychopathic preferences. There is talk about robots becoming more human and then becoming mates. Some people are turned off by the thought of dating a robot, but like the idea of having a spouse that they can completely control. Cameron's research allows the Stepford spouse to exist in real life and be the alternative to a spouse robot if the world took that route. There is no stopping the lover or spouse robot because that is already in progress. However, there is still time to prevent the public from getting a Stepford spouse. Sadly, observations from my research has shown that it is already possible for some extreme psychopaths to use various methods to groom and control a spouse by electronic means. That sounds crazy, but it's what I have observed. So this article is more than a speculation about the possibility of Stepford spouses. It is a warning about the possibility of Stepford spouses.